Okay, welcome back again this morning. I figured out there was a whole other path up there that led up there to get the pebble. So now I just gotta return the quest. Do you have it, Kupo? Is my masterpiece safe? Yes, this is my work. Is it not exquisite? I call it Contemplations of Zenith. Thank you, madame. At least I can exchange my art for those delectable Kupo nuts. Chieftain Moglin will hear of this valorous deed. Yo, if that is what you insist on calling yourself, you have completed the trials of trustworthiness administered by the taskmasters of Mogan, Mug, and Mogwin. One sec. During these grueling tests of character, I closely observe your conduct as well as that of your companions. And I am decided, Kupo. Gather your friends before me now, so that I need not repeat myself needlessly. Are these trials over then? My tasks have been a little more than household chores. If our hosts elect not to grant their aid after working us like packed chocobos, I shall demand compensation in Kupo nuts out of principle, but I hope it will not come to that. Let us hear the chieftain's verdict, shall we? How go your trials, warrior of light? I myself have been sent on a number of expeditions to chastise the local dragon population. Did you not hear? Did not the chieftain wish to avoid inflaming the Dravanians? Such contradictions aside, our hosts seemed entranced by the height of my leap. They compared me to Mog, a lance-wielding Mughal warrior of Eld who also favored such attacks. Oh wow, a Final Fantasy VI reference. 'Twas meant as a compliment, I expect, but I doubt these furry lumps could outleap a Karku lamb, much less a dragoon. Conclude your business here swiftly, yo. I like not this place. Standing here in Mogholm, my thoughts turned inevitably to the legend of good King Mughal Mog 12 and his seat in the heavens. Like most, I thought it was more than a myth, a story of younglings that grew with the telling, but with every passing moment I became more certain that we have discovered the origin of the tale. Full eager am I to hear what the chieftain has to say. We've become such friends, Kupo. My Mughal cousins love to sing and dance as much as I do. Chieftain Moglin has finally come to a decision, has he? Well, I suppose I'd better flutter over and see him then. What sorcery is this? That my heart should mere fluffiness. Stirred at mere fluffiness. Yo, no matter. What is this? Chieftain Moglin has made his decision? Well, let us not keep him waiting then. Never have I seen such determined workers, Kupo. It would have taken us moons to complete all those prairie chores and niggling errands. And have our labors proven the purity of our intentions, Chieftain? Without a doubt. In fact, there was never really all that much doubt to begin with. You were, after all, already friends with Fel Moogle. But you see, before any meeting with the Harvardings could take place, certain preparations needed to be made. And what better way to help pass the time than by having you perform all those tiresome tasks that no one ever wants to do, Koopa? Ah. Oh dear, the horn, bring out the horn, quickly, now. We blow on this wondrous instrument whenever we wish to speak with the great worm, Koopa. We haven't perhaps been treating it with the care it deserves as of late, and I think Magan may have sat on it, so we need some time for cleaning it and polishing it and straightening. No lasting harm done now. Done, though. Now you simply need to head to Zenith, the worm's dwelling to the west, and give the horn a good toot. We are in your debt, Chieftain. Thanks to your noble gift, we shall finally have a chance to plead our case to Heavensford. Very possible, yes, but I wouldn't get my hopes too high, Kupo. The old worm isn't terribly fond of Your concern is appreciated, but I am quite certain that Kreisver will become our overtures. Should we ever arrive at this lair, come, we have squandered enough time already. Chieftain Mogman, we thank you for your gracious hospitality. Though we must soon take leave, I pray we may continue to nurture the shoots of this new-sprung friendship twixt earth and sky. Of course, Kupo. Visit us whenever you wish. Consider Mogholm your home amongst the clouds. Okay. Thanks for the help, Kupo. I doubt I would ever have found time for all those rotten chores. Hey, it wasn't my idea. The chieftain has spent a little less time sitting and a little more time cheating. Things would never have gotten so messy in the first place. And he was the one who sat on the horn, by the way. But now all errands are done and the horn is fixed, so all's well that ends well, eh, Koopa? Well, I expect you're eager to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you, Koopo? If not, Alphanode is looking for you. I'll be waiting outside, just stretching my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart. To the best of my knowledge, we have all that we need for our trip to Zenith, and I believe the Elder Caesar and her retinue will soon be making the journey back to Gridania. It would be remiss of us, I think, not to convey our gratitude to them prior to going our separate ways, shall we? Alphanode, yo, I do humbly thank you for what had been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these moguls might never have revealed to us. 'Tis we who should be grateful, Elder Seedseer. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, they would never have chosen to reveal themselves at all. And 'twas your presence, Kuplo Kop, that ultimately won us their trust. It must have taken a great courage to leave the sanctuary of Twellsburg, and we are exceedingly glad that you did. It was my pleasure, Kupo. I've made so many friends, so many new friends, and have so many fantastic tales to tell my kids Boogles back home. And it is our home that we must now return. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, my friends. Safe journey, Elder Seedseer. We too must be on our way. Heavenseer awaits. Warrior of Light, pray attend closely to your companion Sir Estinian. Neath that stoical facade, a storm of anguish sees unseen. Okay. Have you said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? Then we are indeed ready to go. That's what I'm talking about. As Chieftain Moglin already explained, the shiny instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Harbinger attention. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the big place where you need to blow the horn. First things first, though, we need to make for Asa. Oh, and watch out for rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing, Kupo. Gotta pick up the Ether quest. Okay. Nice. Is that someone from below? How did you get past the Urosaurus infesting the road? What Moxie asked you to slay them for him, it's just like him to depend on the kindness of strangers. Well, we've barely been able to venture outside of Asa for fear of being attacked. Now, thanks to you, the roads are just a little safer. Well, two more quests, three more Aether points. Two more Aether points. Okay, haven't missed one yet. Things were a bit bitey for a while there, but I think we've arrived in one piece, Kupo. I wonder what has the dragons so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual. We may have a small problem, Kupo. When the winds are high like this, having Zers invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads to the lands below to hunt. If you're tired blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the wind dies down. Ooh. This would do nicely, Kupo. The winds will likely have died down by tomorrow, but until then we might as well make ourselves comfortable. If we must interrupt our journey so close to its end, I suppose this place is as good as any. And mayhap a brief respite from the hardships of the road will help clear our minds in readiness for the coming parley. Very well then, I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering the fuel for me. I require a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Portheus. Clear our minds. 'Tis Master Alpha whose mind needs clearing. The thought of meeting great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Befuddled. Did you see him stroll away, as if these ruins were not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him, Io. See, the wildlife does not make a meal of our young friend. We will have a campfire. We will have the camp ready by the time you return. Escort mission. Alright. I see. I was right to worry about the boy's safety. Once Alphanel returns with the wood, we can see about supper. The Ice Queen has filled a pot with what looks like stewing ingredients ready for the fire. It's very Final Fantasy. Party next to a campfire. This game gives me old school Final Fantasy vibes. I love it. Ah, few things compare to the simple pleasure of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. Ah, so speaks the great explorer. Until recently, you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came with kindling and a flint. 'Twas well you instructed me so patiently then, but yes, Left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal to Yase with a pile of damp leaves. I was born the pampered son of a Charlian dignitary, and alongside my twin became the youngest student ever to be accompanied into the studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers, how ignorant of mine own shortcomings. That hubris invited manipulation and betrayal and led to the downfall of the science. We all of us are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men laid down their lives never knowing what it is they fight for, never questioning that which they have been taught to believe. "'Twas only upon meeting Heidegger that I learned the truth hidden within our history. Were it not for that chance encounter, I would never have vowed to tear down the Holy See and expunge the falsehoods with which it fans the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance. That's the truth. That the truth has driven me to do terrible things I cannot deny, but I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous for perpetuating a needless war. If this journey has taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding to one's convictions in the face of failure, of striving always to replace one's ignorance with knowledge. You are well on your way, Master Alphanode. At your age, I was but a fool swinging a spear, with scarcely a thought in my head. Even now I struggle to acknowledge my misconceptions under which I have labored. Sitting here amongst these grand ruins, now how can I deny the man and dragon once lived in peace? But for all that such an age exists, we are now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. I may be ignorant of how the Dragon's War began, but if we do not put an end to this conflict now, I can say for certainty that it will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. In my hands resides the power to vanquish a great worm. If Ishgard's survival rests on me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself, orders or no. Istine, you gave your word. My word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Arsart. Convince Havensgeir of the righteousness of your cause. Doubt not but that I shall, Dragoon. Well, wind's calling, we shall have our answers on the morrow. Let us sleep now and face our fate with the rising of the sun. Nice. The campfire was so cozy I must have fallen asleep, Kupo. But do you feel the winds have shifted? They have born Harvester back to the skies above Zenith, I'm sure of it. This is your chance to climb the highest floor of the palace and summon him with your toot of your shiny horn. So, I'll be heading back now if it's all the same to you. Good luck, Kupo. It was nice knowing you. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Boken. Okay. It's always cool to see another player on the same path as you. Oh yeah, minion. What do I got? I've already done these two. Keep it simple. Hello, goober. Hey. Of course he goes away when I'm on a mount. Does he come back? Yes, he does. A new etherite. Shit. Such a cool place. Huh. Eighth current. Mortals, why do you disturb my solitude?
Grace Velga.
Grace Velger. Okay.
S in M. Waymorn M. Skola.
Thou speakest the name of a creature that but awaiteth the release of oblivion. Leave me.
By the 12. Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
Racefelger, do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Travania. I who glimpsed the truth. The truth about your past. About Shiva.
Do not speak her name, mortal.
But speak it I must! I have summoned Shiva's soul from the beyond and offered myself as her vessel. She has made her heart known to me.
Foolish girl, think thou my beloved spirit hath descended from the heavens? That the secrets of her heart are thine to know?
I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn!
Gullible fool, the light but illuminated the past for thee. It did not grant thee omniscience.
Non shinesh olin, inesh in el
The spirit thou hast summoned belongs not to Shiva, 'tis but a shade conjured by thine own fancy. That's interesting. So, summons in this game are not actually the deities being summoned, they're the idea of the summon. That's really interesting. Or, according to Hyven's gear. It might be. He might be off, I don't know.
Info is nian il ankin lisnesk nedigranhan eskian ankin nesh ikin monesh
In an age long past, mine own kin were guilty of like folly. Beguiled by the Dark One's lies, they attempted to resurrect a king amongst worms. Yet the divinity they called forth merely borrowed an semblance of my fallen rude brother. Okay, so he knows from experience. Such gods are not summoned but created, phantoms spun from the threads of misplaced faith.
Then the spirit that answered me.
Was but thy dream of Shiva. Thy soul hath been corrupted by a deity of thine own making, child. Then, how did she get the flashbacks? The echo. She has the echo. That's how she got the flashback. The echo fucked her up and made her think she was Shiva. Wow.
Be that as it may, Lord Hraesvelgr, Izel's desire to heal the rift between man and dragon is real, and it has borne us this far. We would spare both our kind and yours the ravages of this senseless war. Pray join your voice to ours in a call for peace and forgiveness.
The tale of thy kind is one of Advar's treachery and death, and thou wouldst speak to me of peace?
Slosksta ishiste. Stosk in asai inos.
Hark thee, mortal, to the naked truth, then tell me thou deserveth forgiveness.
Teto hamafo. Eskain isol ul an. Dran il esk afashi.
1200 years ago, my beloved Shiva's sacrifice served to bring an end to the war twixt man and dragon, paving the way for an age of peace and cooperation.
Fia aini kinu. Loskun stari strari dran. Lar hesneshnel.
2 centuries of harmony were to follow, during which the time of the Elzian learned much about us, not least that the eyes of the Great Worm are the wellspring of his strength.
Toha maftar. Feskdu wan istrasi. Onis eshtaithon.
'Twas out of the selfish desire to possess this strength that King Thoradin then conspired to undo all that our peoples had achieved together. Just take this one.
if in erned. Or ratatoska. Stray morning.
With the aid of his leal knights, the most noble of Elzian lured my brood sister Ratiskor into an ambush and took her from her that which he craved.
Seski anuman lisna. Kasea. Tjenened moniken. Eskian. Hesneshin. Is. Hesneshin. Aslist.
One sec. Fain would I strike the image from my mind, yet still the scene doth linger of my brood sister's tattered corpse, defiled by her Elzian allies. They had torn out her eyes and feasted upon them in the manner of wild beasts. They ate the eye.
Is lufta. Sithra antuin. Fishan esh elra.
It's like dragon blood. It's the same thing. So there's a sense of hypocrisy in Ishgard if they have that blood in them already, at least partially. It would be diluted over thousands of years, but yet that was not all, for from their bloody banquet the fiends had gained strength beyond that of mortal men. Even now I labor to comprehend the enormity of their betrayal.
Sithmoni ratatoska nis eg ed. For always endar.
Nidhogg was the first to learn of the atrocity, and he took to the skies hungry for vengeance.
Kal Egmon thorn in Yui. Ale fe in leita. Working Ishkin in.
But though he slew Thoradin and some few of his knights, their fellow butchers knew only too well where to aim their spears, and with now practiced savagery, they set about my blood brother, sending him flailing from the field.
San es Shisnishka. Stadrana moi.
Such is the truth of the Holy See we would keep hidden. Such was the beginning of the Dragon Song War.
Snodoan kin uteda maas mornish.
'Tis a song my kind shall ne'er forget. E'en should 10,000 years pass and Ishgard crumbled to dust.
Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. How convenient that it should absolve your kind of all responsibility. But tell me, Dragon, why should I believe your version of events?
Well, that's a very good point. Both sides this is true of all long conflicts and just history in general, but like even in real life, like there's always two versions of events and somewhere in the middle is a semblance of truth. And how can you tell after thousands and thousands of years? It's damn near impossible.
Mixai eski listain. Non miki shisikin. Kua ala aim el.
What thou choosest to believe is immaterial. The betrayal that yet haunts mine every waking moment is no less than the truth of my kind.
Sai an ursin afa an thon nizeg.
And Nidhogg meaneth for Thornton's people to suffer for this sin till the end of days.
Non wo I alamon a. I skor esk nik I es. Nes so I an in. Do in an. Olodran.
That which thou imaginest a war of extinction is but a punishment, a siege of the spirit. Hast thou not seen those who tire from the torment, those who abandon their own and side with dragonkind?
Ishgard's so-called heretics.
Sale. Orn I nesh iratatoska kin for elna. Sith is nesh dokin an.
Know that all the traitors' progeny bear a trace of Ratoska's essence, but a single sip of our blood is enough to awaken it. Right.
Then, the seed lies within us.
Is ros esh idran. Oloson inizeg. Non nish I esk diedran en. Wa ulwa skola es alakin el andranken. Mondo.
'Tis for this reason that those who abandon their loyalties are rewarded with the drink, and thus are they transformed to join the ranks of Nidhogg, ever-growing army as newborn dragons. One by one, though, their death of defection, my brood brother shall account for all the betrayer's children.
Ye gods, I have borne witness to such a transformation. Looked on as a heretic assumed the shape of a dragon. I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment. But if any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all the dragons we've slain!
Right.
War ulmon ala an as drao.
There will always be some, of course, who choose to fight until the bitter end, like thee, Dragoon.
Kawol smain, korsu thrahal seskmoni, se'an in kinizeg.
But struggle as thou might, thy youthful vigor will be spent ere throughout thou reachest 210, and Nikog shall remain a torment thine offspring.
Oft have I wondered why Nidhogg did not simply raze Ishgard to the ground. Now I have my answer. He has no intention of winning the Dragonsong War, for it is no war at all, but vengeance, an eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister.
In ice in Drago, ale inia in.
Thou hast the right of it, Dragonslayer. Comprehendest thou now the futility of thy quest?
I have not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg forgiveness for our ancestors' crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
Ja an, lis as an in la tu ole ul in an hes isu.
Stubborn child, thou thinkst in mortal terms. Our perceptions of time is too broad for thee to grasp.
Mic tu set in soi, nosta no lis as dui for in.
'Tis a simple matter for thee to offer thine apologies. Thou didst not perpetrate the crime. Despite thy visions, thy deeds of history seem distant to thee.
Ka an isi a ultran as nisek for, in lai as nesh I an iratatoska.
For a worm such as Nidhogg, however, that history is yet part of his present, as fresh as the blood that did gush from Ratorska's wounds. How could he not be driven mad?
En sith som ishi eskfa ulgar los an.
'Tis only by the calming embrace of Shiva's soul that mine own fury hath not consumed me.
Snosk for an, non an lis I an. Skol ilens an. Skola.
But let us speak no more of what is done. My faith in your kind is spent, and I would be alone. What false god is this Shiva? What matter of phantom have I welcomed into my heart? I feel for her. As predicted, Isar's faith in the worm was misplaced, which leaves us with but one recourse. You know I have the right of it, warrior of light. Having's was every bit as awe-inspiring as I imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power. The will behind his words so undeniable that it transcended my ignorance of the dragon's tongue. 'Tis but a pity that I misliked what he said. So far did we travel, even unto the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like unruly children, and far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we have learned serve only to prove our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. Nothing will deter Nidhogg from his course.
Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
What is there to be found in the east?
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Worm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And with two Azure Dragoons working in unison, who can say what might be possible?
Hey, I'm glad I did the job quest.
But such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the worm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
I should be blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. And we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
Look at my godly trying to make her feel better. Okay. What's this god is... Oh, well, same dialogue. Okay. course. Stands to reason there's a way that way if they took me that way. Hopefully. Okay. There's some serious lag going on. Oh.
Is that it?
I'll be right back. Okay.
Aye, that would be the Airy. I feel Nidhogg's presence through the eye, his caustic hatred gnawing at my soul. 'Twould seem the death of his consort has put him on guard. Mark how he wards his lair with tempestuous winds.
A similar barrier once barred our entrance to the primal Garuda's domain, until we discovered the means by which it could be penetrated. Mayhap it is time we called upon Master Garland. 'Twill be just like the good old days, no?
A force of sufficient power to break through a primal's defenses might conceivably grant us access to the Airy, and I can offer no better solution. Pray consult the engineer friend of yours. Very well, on the condition that you swear not to lure Nidhogg from his lair in our absence. And steal the glory for myself, you mean? Nay, I am not so selfish as that. Contact me by link pair when your preparations are complete, and we shall set forth from Ishgard together. I suggest we rendezvous back at the St. Renatos Forum. Yo, from what I gleaned of the Holy Seed's decided ambitious airship project, Sid will still be in Ishgard. Okay. Just leave me alone. When last he saw Master Garland, he was advising the Ishgardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at Camp Cloudtop. Failing that, we could try the airship landing and maybe even the Skysteel manufactory, but let us not waste time searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know where to find him. The question is who? Sir Emmerich would seem to be the obvious choice, but there is no guaranteeing he will be able to grant us an audience at short notice. Ah, I have it. Count Edmond's youngest son prides himself on knowing all of the Holy See's juiciest rumors. Let us return to the manor and see if Lord Emilion is about. Alright. Alright. And I'm actually gonna call this stream here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.